Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I'm back with another video, and today Hasbro has revealed their next in their lineup of Shattered Glass figures, and that is the redeco of Bumblebee, and that is Shattered Glass Goldbug. And he's not quite made out of the Bumblebee mold, and you may or may not be happy about that. You'll understand why. But Transformers news has been a little bit light lately, so we're going to get into it. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchase some merch on my spring store today. Okay, so before I actually start showing you guys some images of Goldbug, I do want to let you guys know that my next Transformers discussion video, I have been working on the script. It has been taking me a lot longer than usual. My family and I have been going through a little bit of a challenge because, well, we've all been sick with a nasty stomach bug that seems to be very difficult to fight. We're seeing doctors and everything. And it's just been taking its toll upon my family, and it makes it difficult to be able to put more content on the channel, which really stinks because it's how I make a living here to support my family. So the best way that you can help out the channel right now is to go ahead and watch the Transformers videos that you've not seen, especially if it's a retrospective, whether it's Tracks or Trypticon or Gears or Grapple, or maybe if it's an older one that you haven't seen or haven't seen in a while. And it would definitely help the channel. It would help the algorithm to start promoting my channel a lot more because I will be getting that next video to you guys out very soon. So, Shattered Glass. If you guys are not already familiar with what Shattered Glass is a universe that shatters everything you know about the Transformers robots, an upside-down world where the bad guys are good and the good guys are bad. Welcome to Shattered Glass, an alternate universe where the heroic Decepticons battle the evil Autobots. Fans can explore this topsy-turvy reality, the Transformers Shattered Glass collection, featuring classic characters with a twist. And getting that very first image of Goldbug here, you can clearly see it is made out of the Cliff Jumper mold. Instead of actually using Bumblebee as before, I'm guessing that they probably wanted to keep him going as a sports car, as the original Shattered Glass figure for Goldbug was actually made out of Hotshot from Transformers Cybertron. And they just put a Goldbug head on him. I guess it kind of makes a lot of sense. But in this particular instance, I think it works with this color scheme really well. I would have preferred if Goldbug remained a Volkswagen Beetle, but I'm guessing they couldn't make an evil version of Bumblebee and have him transform into a Volkswagen Beetle for whatever reason. And but again, this color scheme is fantastic. He looks awesome. And you know, the weaponry he comes with, it's the same weaponry as before, but the color scheme it turns out really nice. The only thing I don't really care for, and you can already see it right there, is that the back window is painted blue. And then, of course, you have the clear plastic, and that kind of like clashes a little bit. So I'm sure people are going to want to either get a label or something to put on top of the windows, because it just, I guess it kind of clashes in a way. But I guess a lot of people can deal with it. The head sculpt is awesome. I will say that, because the head sculpt, it captures Goldbug so well, and I honestly hope that number one, that they re-release this Netflix Bumblebee, because a lot of people could not get their hands on it. But on top of that, I would like them to take this Volkswagen Beetle and make a regular Goldbug with this head mold as like a regular Autobot, because that's who Goldbug is. Goldbug is Bumblebee rebuilt. According to his bio, the bio says that Goldbug was once the young Cybertronian drifter known as Bumblebee, trying to survive on the streets of Polyhex. After joining the Autobots, Bumblebee worked his way up the ranks and was soon offered the upgraded form and new identity as Goldbug. Well, that's according to Shattered Glass, but in his regular bio, of course, it depends upon what continuity you follow, because In the US comics, Bumblebee was blown to bits by G.I. Joe, and then he was rebuilt into Goldbug. In the UK stories, it happened quite differently, and Wreck-Gar rebuilt Bumblebee into Goldbug. And in the G1 cartoon, Bumblebee was blasted to bits by a hate-plagued Superion and then rebuilt by a Quintesson after Optimus Prime was revived and, of course, infamously named Goldbug by Optimus Prime.
Back, I'm better than ever. Look at this new paint job. I've gone beyond being just plain old Bumblebee. I'm a gold bug.
That you are, Bumblebee. So from now on, that's exactly who you'll be. Goldbug.
You know, what we have here is a Bumblebee that looks really cool, but I gotta say, like, taking a look at the car mode itself, it's an awesome looking car mode. I like the reverse color scheme, the black car with like the gold trimming, and it kind of gives you like a, you know, a wicked evil version of, like, you know, of Bumblebee in a way. You know, and in one way I kind of wish it was a Decepticon. You know, have it be a not necessarily be an Autobot, but a lot of people really like the Shattered Glass universe, and this is probably right up their alley. And with all of his accessories, he does look really cool. I guess they didn't want to do that weird, like, mech-looking, you know, blaster sticking out of the top of the Volkswagen Beetle like it was before. And I guess this really works, but it's neat. It is neat. The artwork for the cover, this is the exclusive variant cover for Bumblebee, and that is going to be for Shattered Glass number 4. It is going to come with Goldbug in packaging. So if you are collecting all of the Shattered Glass figures, you will get the complete story. He's going to retail for $29.99, and I will have links in the description for you to be able to purchase him. I think he's awesome looking. I'm not a really big on Shattered Glass, but I honestly think that this color scheme really works, and, you know, as a figure in general. So even if you're not a fan of Shattered Glass in and of itself, it is a cool looking figure nonetheless.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
But it seems that there is more Transformers news that I was not prepared for today. And that is having to do with the next installment in the live-action film franchise, which is tentatively Transformers 7. And we can see here that Optimus Prime is being transported to wherever he needs to be in order to be used for filming. And it seems that we have more than just a tentative title, because the official title has been revealed as Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Now, this is the 7th installment in the franchise. It is a definitive sequel to the Bumblebee movie that came out in 2018. And it seems to be, I'm leaning it towards it being a you know, the start of a new Transformers universe. They're continuing on the story of Bumblebee. It's going to take place in the year 1994. But from what we can tell, some people are wondering whether or not it's going to end up still fitting into the other 5 Bay films, and I'm leaning towards it's probably not going to. Now, they are filming in multiple locations. They're on shooting in Canada, and they are shooting in Peru. And from what we understand, there are some people who actually got access to be able to see, like, what they're doing in Toronto. And that would have been kind of cool. But I mean, I live obviously in the US. But Canada, where they are filming in Canada, they're readjusting it so it takes place in Brooklyn, New York. You know, I'm willing to bet that those of us who are New Yorkers are going to pinpoint out every single street that they try to make look like Brooklyn and go, yeah, that doesn't look like Brooklyn. Yeah, that doesn't look like Brooklyn. Because, you know, it's just kind of something that whenever they do filming in a lot of these cities, but then again, you kind of can't really do anything in New York City right now, can you? So it's kind of like difficult to try and film there. However, we do know that the director understands nostalgia, and he wants to be able to mix the old with the new. He has directed Creed before, so he wants to make sure that the filming is, the characters are handled with both with the nostalgia characters and with the new characters are handled with care. At least we hope so. All right, at least we hope so. That is something that, I want storytellers to be able to do if you're going to handle a franchise that is long-standing like Transformers, and be able to allow old-time fans to be able to watch it and new fans to be able to watch it. And that's something that, we're hoping that's going to be coming out of this movie. Now, the title, Rise of the Beasts. What does it mean? Well, it means that Autobots and Decepticons will also have other factions to be facing off against. It's going to be basically Beast Wars in present day. But in 1994 is when the movie is actually going to take place. And I'm guessing that the Peru is where the Maximals and the Predacons are going to be. And there's also going to be another faction, and that is the Terrorcon. Well, they're going to be the Predacons, but they're also going to be the Terrorcons. So I'm going to give you guys some notes about what the story is going to be. It says the story is going to continue the 2018 Bumblebee movie set in 1994, and the Maximals and Predacons will prominently be featured in the movie. We'll also see Terrorcons. Predacons and Terrorcons are not allies. Terrorcons are the main baddies. Predacons are reptilian in nature and the enemies of the Maximals, while Terrorcons are a threat to them all, but are more in opposition to the Autobots. Optimus Prime is a lead character, and his alt mode is an upgraded version of the G1 look from the Bumblebee movie. Think B-movie Earth mode with a gray torso, gray windshield flaps, and gray upper shoulder parts that lead into smokestacks. Peter Cullen will once again resume his voicing duties. Yes. This will show how Optimus becomes the leader he was in the Bay movies. Okay. Why does he have a connection to Earth? No, he should be, why does he become the leader that, that we all know and love? That would be a better way to go about doing it. Why does he have a connection to Earth, humans? So they're going to try and, I guess, answer as to why humans are involved, because as far as I'm concerned, humans should be like secondary characters. Transformers are the stars. Period. You don't have a movie that's like that, and the humans are like, everything is more important about them. You're gonna basically be, creating a movie that is more for the cheese factor. So I don't know. Like, that's just my opinion. Anyway, Bumblebee is the classic Camaro with off-road extensions. Second gen 70s Camaro, raised badging, internal framing, chunky wheels, light bar on the top, a la Ratchet. Okay. Mirage. Okay, cool. Mirage is going to be involved. Is a silver and blue Porsche 911. Huh. Characterization is similar to Crosshairs from the live action Crosshairs. Anti-authority, can transform into multiple types of vehicles. Not sure if they're talking about the history and brand or actually in this movie. Okay, well, a Porsche 911, I guess that can kind of work. RC's alt mode is, her robot mode is close to her G1 self, and she transforms into a 916 motorcycle. Red with rose pink and white highlights, classic head, Ducati bike, racing number on leg. Oh, that's kind of cool. I actually like to see what she looks like, because if she looks good, I want a toy of her. Period. And that's saying something, because we've been waiting for like a really good RC toy for like ever. Anyway, Nightbird is included as a Nissan GTR. She is also a Terrorcon. Purplish gray in color. She's a modernized version of the G1 character of the same name. Cool. Face mask, robo-looking hood. Switch sides. Allegiances are flexible. Scourge is the leader of the Terrorcons and is a trophy hunter. Like Lockdown from Age of Extinction, when he kills, he rips the faction insignias and tattoos them on his body. 4 smokestacks on the back, all smoking, claw hand with electricity. black-gray tone with orange pops. Not black convoy looking, but probably a truck due to smoke. So, okay. So they're going to basically, like, merge Scourge from, you know, from Robots in Disguise, like the black convoy, and they're going to merge that with, like, G1. So he's probably going to have, like, the beard and probably have, like, finger hand claws or something like that. But he's going to turn into a truck, and he's going to be probably dark in color. That would be kind of neat. That would be very neat. I want to see what that looks like. I'm really, really curious. Air Razor is a robotic bird, rusty bird mode, steampunk-esque. Huh. So the Maximals are not necessarily going to be full-on animal? They're going to be like a techno-organic kind of thing? Interesting. Rhinox needs no introduction. Also very rhino-shaped, plated in steampunk and rusty. Ironhide-like. Wants to use his sword. So basically, Rhinox in this movie is going to be Ironhide that turns into a rhino. Fans have seen Optimus Primal before, but he's going to be furry. So he's definitely going to be furry like he's supposed to be, unlike the concept art that you've seen in The Last Night. Leader of the Maximals, very protective of those who are under his protection. You don't mess with Primal. Rusty under frame, looks like random patches of skin and fur layered on top. Has been through some stuff. He is a leader of the Maximals, equal in stature to Prime. Okay, so then here's the actresses. Here are the actors and actresses. I'm curious as to what they say about them. Dominique Fishback is Elena, researcher of artifacts, works in a museum. Boss keeps stealing her thunder. Oh boy. Anthony Ramos, okay, plays Noah, father figure to brother, ex-military, trying to find his way, good with electronics, trying to get by. He was a Beast Wars guy, name-dropped characters. Cool. All right, both from Brooklyn, happy to mix the Transformers with real life and neighborhood. Ramos got his license in for this movie. How very New York of him. That is true. That is true. A lot of people who live in the city don't have their driver's license. Or they may have a photo ID, but they don't necessarily have a license because everybody takes a subway or a cab if you live in the city. So, yeah, how very New York of him. Can't answer if Beast Wars actors will be back. Let's hope so. Let's get Gary Chalk back. Let's get David Kaye back for these parts. Period. A lot of characters we haven't seen yet. All the Maximals are hard to bring on the screen. Rhinox wants to smash, but is also the brain of the operation. Shows a connection to the original tune. How actually is trying to disguise themselves. This is a spectacle story, big action movie with deeper character story style from the B movie. Big action movie with deeper character story style from B movie, combining the two. Key was it's not a small budget film. This is a bit of summer blockbuster level stuff, and that's about it. We'd like to thank Paramount and the movie team, of course. Yeah. So, will this movie be good? It's a possibility. I'm only hoping for the best, because we've seen how franchises are handled when they're not handled by people who care. I'm hoping that this is handled with care, period. And I've said this from the beginning. And, Bumblebee was handled by somebody who really loved Transformers. I'm hoping that those who are working on the film really want to make Transformers fans excited about Transformers on the big screen again. Bumblebee, I think, did a good job of that. This might even do it even more. This might be a better way to handle Beast Wars for the present, especially for live action audiences, instead of doing the whole time travel thing. I like the time travel thing, but I understand this is live action and you want to try and be able to bring as much as you can to the table, and they're doing their own story for it, and it is a continuation of Bumblebee. That being said, again, until we get more details, we've only got the list of what we have. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about Transformers Rise of the Beasts? And are you excited about the Goldbug figure as well? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have many more Transformers discussions, retrospectives, and reviews coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all R1.